Welcome to Red Rocks Canyon State Park.
It's true, I've got to have you, no matter what you do. I've got to, I've got to.
It'd be cool if that was the campgrounds. Like you go inside. Lay it.
What is it? Oh, that one looks cool. Wow. Whoa. Well, we can't take it.
Inches away. Probably another like 600 years for him to come out.
Did you get it again? Whoa, the precision.
Yeah, but that guy.
Oh, you're right. You know, this reminds me of the slot canyons.
Wow.
Today is mine and Oliver's 4-year anniversary. We decided to take today off from work so that we can have a longer weekend out and celebrate at Red Rocks Canyon State Park, which is 2 hours away from LA. As soon as we got here, there was a beautiful rock canyon, and as you continue onto the road, you'll actually see this little shack that's kind of closed. If you want, you can go into the visitor center and check that area first, or what we ended up doing is we drove around the campgrounds. I had heard from another YouTuber that you have to choose one of your campgrounds and then go back to the visitor center to choose which one you wanted. So as soon as we got here, we went around the campground and chose a few spots. And then afterwards, we went to the visitor center, paid for our campsite, and then they have this cute little museum, a little bit about the Ricardo campgrounds and this general area. I guess this was a prime place for mining, and then a Neanderthal being the very first camper, and seeing different types of sediments. Saw a stuffed golden eagle as well as a desert tortoise shell. It's very small, so you can go in and out of it really quickly. And then we headed to our campsite and slowly started to pitch our tent. The ranger had mentioned that there was a trail that would lead you to the very top of the rock formations, and so Oliver and I went to check that out. There was this trail that led up to it, walk along that top part of the trail, but it was really cool because these rock sediments are actually pretty soft, and you have to be very careful when you're walking. If you step in the wrong area, you could possibly fall, but I mean, obviously we were on the safer side. The one thing I really love about this state park is that it's so chill and like very quaint. I don't think a lot of people know about it because, you know, when you hear Red Rocks, you kind of immediately think of Las Vegas, or I also think of Colorado because they have that Red Rocks amphitheater, but they also have one here in California, and the rock formations actually really remind me of Bryce Canyon. Only thing is that Bryce Canyon is a lot more pigmented as far as the sediments go. They're more red versus over here it's like brownish, like peachy colored. Yeah. We came back to our campground, chilled a little bit, and then earlier Oliver wanted some coffee and or energy drink, and he was like, hey, let's go to the nearest town to get some coffee, and he's so crazy. He was about to make me drive about like 20 minutes out to go get coffee and an energy drink. Like, I thought that was mind-blowing, but luckily for me, on our way here, I saw that there was like this really cool local station called the Jawbone Station, and as soon as we walked in, we got some ice cream. Oliver got his coffee and his energy drinks. And also the locals mentioned that there's going to be a live band and some food and a party there. So that's going to happen around noon. I don't know if we're going to go. Maybe. It sounds like it's a locals thing, and I feel like I'm really into stuff like that. So the sun is setting. We got to start making dinner, and hopefully we can see the aurora borealis, which happened last night, but I'm hoping that will spill over tonight. So good morning. I woke up extra early to catch the sunrise. I try to do that every time I go to someplace new. So I was able to wake up pretty early in the morning, around 6, to slowly see the sun coming up and saying hello to Earth. Last night after our hike, we ended up going back to our campsite and started a bonfire, as well as ate some ramen and just stargazed all throughout the night. It just reminds me of me and Oliver when we first started dating and we went to our very first camping trip at Zion, and it was just the two of us. Lately, when we go camping, we go with a group of friends. This is the very first time since we've done it alone together. Now I am exploring the state park on my own. It's really cool. They have Joshua trees out here and cholla cactuses similar to the ones at Joshua Tree National Park. It is pretty hot out here. It's about 10, I think, right now, and I think it's okay. It's just the sun is beating down on me a little bit. It is supposed to get around the 90s later today. I had mentioned to Oliver maybe we can go back to the Jawbone Station that we came across yesterday. Apparently they're going to have live music and good food and barbecue at 12. I think it's a locals thing, so I wanted to go see what it was all about, since this is kind of a very small area. There's really nothing to do out here but maybe nature and just hanging out with family. But I love this place so far. It's beautiful. It's very small compared to all these national parks. It's a beautiful state park, and I highly recommend coming out here if you ever have the chance. It is 2 hours away from LA and not too far from Lancaster, which is, I think, about an hour away. I do think this place is good for like maybe 4 to 5 hours to maybe a weekend, but I wouldn't stay here any longer just because I don't think there's much to do around here other than hiking. There is this one hike that I really wanted to do called the Burrow-Schmidt Tunnel hike, but it's so far away and it requires a high clearance vehicle. So unfortunately I have a sedan and won't be able to trek up there unless if I ruin my car or we go now, but it's a 10-mile hike. Nice and beautiful, hot for sure, so I would definitely go during maybe the winter time. And also noticed that there are cool different types of rock formations out here. There was volcanic rocks as well as different types of sediments. I also realized that the canyons here are actually pretty soft. As I was walking, I noticed that the ground was a little sandy. When you actually touch the canyon itself, it is pretty like loose, and you had to be very careful when you were walking up at the top because one misstep could definitely like put you in a dangerous situation. So yeah.
They're all over. They're dotted just everywhere. In fact, there's 2 that we found. I think it's around campsite number 38, 37, 38. And some friends of mine came back and we were camping. So yeah, it's really neat when that one up there is doing well. A lot of times roads will act as reservoirs, okay, where the water table will come closer to the surface near an impervious layer. And so that's why I think that we know. They say the nauseosis part, some of the branches and smell it is still fairly strong, even though it's a different species. So the strong odor, especially after a rain, it releases many of these plants have small rodents and birds, of course. And the fact that it's in a woodland situation, kind of a clump like this, is, if you look at Joshua trees outside of the park, most of them are single. They have a single trunk. But here, there's a few places up in Tehachapi and a few in the Kern River Valley. You'll see these woodland-type clumps of Joshua tree, and that is the substrate. Is up against what's called White House cliffs. They were from accumulation of volcanic ash as well as alluvial deposits, which creates this really white cliff here.
That was cool. I just walked around with a docent and she was leading us around the area, and it was, I think, the Ricardo nature trail, and she was telling us about the state park. I didn't expect this, but I saw on a bulletin board that they were doing a walk with a docent, and a docent is someone who volunteers around the state parks. And I remember seeing this at the Malibu State Park and was curious if they had one here, and luckily I saw that they started at 10 and I was able to join them around 10:20. It is getting hot out here. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty tanned. Trying to keep cool and also in the shade. I found out the volunteers. Wow. This man gives me a heart attack. Why you gotta go down though? You give me a heart attack, boo boo.
Huh?
You give me heart attacks.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not that dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Maybe if we come here next time. Honestly, it just looks like a tree, like a tree trunk.
This section of the state park is really neat. I noticed it on our way back from Jawbone Station yesterday, and today I thought I'd stop by. We just looped around one of the trails here and then decided to walk up to the columns, and these ones are absolutely massive compared to the ones right next to the campground. I think there's a reason why they don't allow camping here, is because I feel like if there was an earthquake, these columns could possibly fall. There was a section of the columns that was kind of slightly cracked, and so I could see it being a disaster if anything had happened here. But yeah, I highly recommend coming here. It's only 2 hours away. It's really, really beautiful, and I love it. Little cracks.
No. It looks like it.
Is there a camel?
Yeah, the camel rock.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks like hot springs, like a natural yellow stone. One has a heavy duty.
Like a saw?
That just go like a villain.
This side does.
I feel like there was a bigger, like a dangerous thing right after, like so they gave up and called it a day.
Today is our last day here at Red Rock Canyon State Park, and I'm just out here soaking up the sun, making sure that I take one last look of this place because I'm going to miss it. Before I head down, I just wanted to soak up the views, and then we're going to probably pack and then head back. I hope you guys enjoyed my time here at the Red Rocks Canyon State Park, and I'll see you guys next time.